Good afternoon, fifth graders. I'm going to give you another example of dividing, because I know a lot of people struggled yesterday. So I'm going to do this lesson, and we're going to do the division problem 7,866 divided by 18. And again, I'm going to go through this detailed so you can watch it. And you can slow it down and you can watch it again. Just so I want you to be able to see how we're solving this by using the area model. Okay. Okay. So our problem is 7,866 divided by 18. Having a problem with focusing. There we go. All right, so I'm going to draw my square or rectangle here. I'm going to rewrite our problem as 18 on the outside of the division symbol and 7,866 on the inside. The divisor is what we call that goes outside the division symbol, or it's the second number in our division problem, goes above the rectangle. All right. So I'm making 18 groups of 7,866, and we're trying to find out how many are in each group. So we're going to use multiplication over on this side to figure out how we can get our dividend down to 0 or close to it. Okay. And what I told you is we want to use multiples of 10, multiples of hundreds, and multiples of thousands. So first of all, if I multiply 18 times 1,000, that gives me 18,000, which is too large. We cannot subtract 18,000 from 7,866. So I look at my hundreds. Well, if I multiply, and you can do some multiplying anywhere that you want on your page. Okay, you can multiply 18 times 10, which again, if I go 18 times 10, I'm multiplying 18 times 1 and adding my 0. I'm sorry, 18 times 100. And that gives me 1,800, adding my 2 zeros. Well, 1,800 is not real close to 7,866. So maybe I want to beef it up. Maybe I want to go to 200 or maybe even 300. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm going to multiply 18 times 300. And again, this is kind of like a guess and check thing. Well, I can multiply 18 times 3, okay, and that'll give me 54, and I add my 2 zeros. Well, 54 is pretty close to 7,866. So that goes inside my rectangle. And when I put it inside my rectangle, then I have to subtract it from my dividend because I want to get this close to 0. And I subtract. I don't have to do any regrouping, and I have 2,466 left over. Well, can I do another 300? Well, no, I can't. But if I look down here, 18 times 100 will give me 1,800. I can use that. So I'm going to multiply 18 times 100, which would give me 1,800. And then I'm going to subtract that from our dividend. And it gives me 6. I cannot take 8 from 4, so I have to regroup. And it gives me 14 hundredths minus 8 hundredths is 6 hundredths. Okay? Then I'm left with 666. So I look at my tens, hundreds, and thousands and think, can I multiply it? Can I multiply 100 times 18 again? Can I make 100 groups? No, I can't. So I've used those two. Now I want to go to 10. What's 18 times 10? Well, that's 180. But that's not that close to 666. So say I'm going to do 20. So if I do 20 times 18, well, 2 times 18 is 36. And I can add a 0 there. So I'm going to do 360, take away 360. And that should leave me with 6, 0, and 3. So I'm still left with 306. So I can't do another 10 I mean another 20, but I can do another 10. So 10 would be 180. So if I subtract 180, I get 6. I regroup. It gives me 2 and gives me 1. So now, this is where I have, now my answers, I've used all my 10, multiples of 10. So now I have to think, what number times 18 will give me close to 126? Well, I can just count 18s. 18, 36, 54, 72, 90, 108, 126. So that's 7. 7 times 18 is 126. Now, if you wanted to do 5 and then you still had some left over, that's fine. But I just wanted to get rid of it all at once. So now my dividend is 0, and that's where I want it to be. I want it to be at 0. So now this column right here is my quotient. And that is my answer in my division problem. So I have to add this up. And you see how I put them in proper place value, so I can just add them, my 1s, my 10s, and my 100s. So my answer then is 437. And remember yesterday when I gave you the lesson, I said we can check to see if our answer is correct by doing a multiplication problem. So if I multiply 437 times 18, I should get 7,866. So let's see if I do. So 8 times 7 is 56, so I regroup my 5. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 5 is 29, so I regroup my 2. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 2 is 34. I cross out my 8, I'm done. I put my 0 in my 1's place. Get rid of my regrouping. So 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 3 is 3. And 1 times 4 is 4. Now I add those up. Gives me 6. 9 plus 7 is 16. Regroup 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And 3 plus 4 is 7. That gives me 7,866, which is that answer. So that's 7,866. So 437 is correct. I hope this was helpful. So watch this several times. And again, this is for assignment 0503. Okay, have a great day.